Good morning. Starting in our standing mountain pose, and I might have a little helper. Yes, I do. This is Willie McGee. Hi, Will. You can sit right there, okay? You sit. Good boy. He might do some yoga. He might not. He might be a distraction. This is my window of time, and I'm going to have to just record. So here goes. We're starting in mountain pose, standing tall, rooting down through our feet. Maybe even lift shoulders up towards your ears, bring shoulder blades onto your back. Just opening up the heart space with our chin neutral, getting optimal breath. Let's just close our eyes. Take a few seconds here to bring our focus inward. Maybe even if counting your breathing, your inhale for 4 to 6 counts, your exhale for 4 to 6 counts, whatever helps you to find that focus. Let go of distractions, expectations, any comparisons or judgment. I'm just doing the best that we can for today as we listen to our bodies. That's always the message in our yoga practice. Go ahead and bring your hands behind your back. Chest expansion, squeezing, again, rooting down through the feet. Keep the legs activated, the glutes pressing down. And then lifting and rising, we'll lift the chin, open up the front and back. And then come back to center. So for today, I wanted to spend some time in some little bit longer holds in some familiar places and just encourage you. As you inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, let's come to chair. So we're just sitting here. We're having a little chat. Maybe bring hands into heart or open out the arms wide, whatever works for you here. I'm just encouraging you to take up space, reclaim your space. I think that's a really great idea as we move into a little more freedom, letting go of fear, and just finding areas where we may have felt maybe we've neglected. Go and flow with chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, palms down, come into chair. Inhale, lift to mountain. Exhale, chair, and just keep that flow going. And so as we think about maybe moving forward and summer's coming and warm weather, getting outdoors, just opening up our hearts, our minds, and enjoying being outdoors and being maybe even in some small groups, socializing with our friends. So just finding some joy in that. So as we inhale, we're going to go ahead and flow to a half forward fold. Pause here, lengthen through the back of the legs and the spine. Nice and long, flat back, chin neutral. Good boy. Good boy. So if you want to look down at your mat, that will help you keep that neutral position, not at your toes, and not craning your neck looking forward, but just neutral down. And then into a gentle forward fold, bending our knees. Let the tailbone tuck. Hi, buddy. Get some kisses from your furry friends. Hi, buddy. That's it. Okay. Cool. Okay, you need to practice your down dog with me, Willie. So from our half forward fold, we'll come to down dog, bringing our hands to the mat. Leave it. Step back to down dog, and we're holding down dog. You can walk in place. Spread the fingers wide. 5-pointed star. I like starfish. I am a little distracted, I must confess. Maybe wag your tail. Alternate, lift one heel then the other. Or maybe even move forward. Drop one knee towards the floor, shoulders over wrists. Pressing opposite heel towards the mat, which you probably can't see. Good boy. Then switch sides. Back to down dog. Good boy. Good boy. That's enough. And then let's hold plank. So we're going to move into plank pose. And this can be full body or it can be kneeling. So if you want to come to your knees, that's a really great option. Or holding and squeeze. Squeeze the glutes, the legs, draw the belly in. Stacking shoulders directly over wrists. That wrinkle at your wrist being horizontal when you look down at your wrist. Hovering, we're going to roll forward onto tippy toes and crocodile. Bending elbows, squeeze in towards the ribs. And then we're going to lower our knees to the mat, soften elbows, lower all the way down, and inhale, lift to cobra. Our next exhale, we're coming back to child's pose. And into all fours, some cat and cow. Exhaling cat and inhaling cow. Exhale cat and inhale cow. As we return to down dog, we're going to pause and hover, our knees just an inch above the mat. Draw your belly in, and then super slow, lifting hips, then use your legs. Exhale. Then we'll walk to the front of our mat and forward fold. And reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms tall. As you roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And exhale, come to chair. You can balance on all four corners of the toes. Lift the toes, balancing on all four corners of the feet. And again, flowing from mountain. Inhaling, we're lifting. Exhale, forward fold. And then a half lift. And just adjusting for where you are today in your body. Moving with the breath. Maybe we're taking care of hips, hamstrings, knees, any of those areas where we can option to have a little micro bend in the knees. Forward fold. Can tuck the tailbone. Let the chin turn in. Or maybe even do a little flow here between half forward fold and our forward fold. And explore that for today. Just see where you can go. Straight legs or somewhere in the middle. Then bend the knees. Round the Round in your head, round in the tail. Lengthen and round. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring that focus to our exhale and draw your belly in. Draw your belly in, exhale. So your knees are pressing into your ribs. You have a little bit more room as you press the air out with your legs that are pressing in. And then we're coming back to down dog. And at any point, you can substitute your down dog with child's pose or staying half forward fold if you're wanting to keep your head above the heart. He's off to somewhere else. Okay, so let's bring our arms to the mat. We're going to create a tripod, elbows below the shoulders, interlace the fingers, and walk your feet in just 2 steps closer and lift the heels or roll up onto the ball of your feet and back. Ball of your feet and back. Onto the ball of the feet and your tippy toes and back. One more time, holding here. And then step all the way back, dolphin plank, or on your knees. Holding, squeeze. Get some kisses. And release. We'll come to Sphinx pose on our belly. Soften big toes towards each other. Please sit. Sit your bum. Sit. Exhale, looking back towards the right foot. Inhale back to center. Exhale over the left shoulder. And then softening the glutes. Turn the toes in. Bring your awareness there. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Everything soft down your back. Back to center. And exhaling over left shoulder. Coming back to center. And turn the toes under. Curl your toes under. Bring your hands in under the shoulders. Prepare to lift into cobra. And back to child's pose. Flow through a half series kneeling option now. And I'm going to have to push Willie out of the way. So from our child's pose, inhale to kneeling plank. Exhale to crocodile. Inhale, cobra. And back to child's pose. Flow to all fours. And then curl toes under, lifting to down dog. We're going to move into a 3-legged dog. We're going to lift the right leg tall and do some leg lifts. 4. And just slowly lower the right leg. Draw your belly in. Inhale, lifting for 3. Exhale and lower. For 2. And 1 more. Holding. Maybe even point and flex your foot. And slowly lower right leg, draw your belly in. And super slow, move against gravity. And the momentum or the weight of your leg. Good job. Walk in place. And then switch sides. Lifting left leg. Same thing. I'm switching into the mat. Well, I thought I could get away from my liquor. So lifting your leg. And exhale, lower. Inhaling and lifting. Exhale and lower. Slowing it down. Press down through your hands. So keep that strength in your arms and the shoulders supported by your strong arms. One more. Inhale, lift. Pause here. Point flex. And then super slow. Keep drawing your belly in. Press down through your hands. And down to the mat. Down dog. You can rest in down dog or child's pose or stay active in a flow. Can be kneeling, can be full body, half series. As you listen to your body. Or maybe even push yourself if you need to be pushed, or rest yourself if you need to rest. Those options and that permission is always there. So then from a neutral back, and all fours, hovering, we're going to lift back to down dog. Lots of down dogs today. Hover, and draw your belly in, slowly lifting. Then use your leg strength. Inhale, right leg tall. We're going to do a hip opener. Let the right heel move towards the back of your left hip. So we're lifting the right knee and press down through the left heel. And back to center. We're switching sides. Inhale, lift the left leg. Open up. Left heel towards the back of right hip. And back to center, down dog. For child's pose, rest or stay active. Flow through your half series. Kneeling option can be knees to mat, kneeling plank. Crocodile, squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, child's pose. All fours, cat and cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. And come back to neutral. Spinal balance. Right leg lifting to hip height. Left arm extend to the front. Can add padding under left knee. A hand towel folded or a little blanket or whatever works for you here. Now find those right angles. Stack the left shoulder above right wrist, left knee below left hip. Draw the belly in. Chin neutral. And release. Switching sides. Left leg long, right leg opposite, right arm is opposite direction, extending in front. And release. Exhaling. Come back to all fours, some cat-cows. And then from neutral, curl the toes under, slowly lifting. Exhale, down dog. And we're going to lift the left leg tall, three-legged dog, looking at our thumbs, step to the front. Take your time here. Anticipate. Draw the belly in, maybe even coming up to your fingertips, or you can use a yoga block here. And breathe. Pump your belly. And we're going to start to walk our hands to the left knee. Come up a little bit taller. Take your time. Focus your eyes a little further away, and then coming all the way up. I'm going to turn towards the front. And we're taking arms out, lunge. Soft hands. Inhaling, let the arms float towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands into heart. Twisting to our left. I'm going to turn again. And then back to center. We'll inhale, lift the arms tall. Exhale to the front, hands to our mat, lifting right leg to a three-point bounce, just to hip height, and flexing our foot towards the wall behind us. Squeeze your belly in. Slowly, we're bending right knee, and then lightly bring right foot in, forward fold, and reverse swan dive, sweeping tall. Exhale, chair, add a twist to our right. Back to center, and chair, twisting left. And back to center, inhale, reverse, mountain pose, and exhale, forward fold. Half lift on our next breath. Down dog, walk the feet back. Well, inhale, right leg tall, step it to the front, and low lunge. Anticipate, work the belly. Squeeze. Exhaling, we're squeezing with all you can. And start to bring your hands to right knee, lifting. Coming up to standing lunge. Inhale, arms tall. And exhale, twisting. Back to center. And we're flowing to three-point balance. Lifting arms. Exhaling, bring both hands to the mat, and we're lifting left leg. The hip height. Stretching that left foot behind us. We want to press it into the wall. Bend the knee, and lightly we're bringing it into forward fold. Reversing swan dive, sweep tall. Inhale, lifting. Chair twist. Let's add a shoulder opener this time. Taking our gaze to the right. Maybe crossing left hand to right ankle. Open and lift right arm. Bring the hips squared. Back to center and twisting left. Shoulder opener option, left hand from heart. Unhinge and reach. Maybe sink a little deeper in the hips. Back to center, forward fold. And reverse, sweep tall. Exhale into heart warrior two. We're stepping our right foot back. Turn the toes towards the long edge of the mat. Left foot at the front. Bending the knee. And then finding our strength and alignment in warrior two. Left foot, left knee. Want to see big toe inside the left knee. I'll turn this way. So I can see knee stacking directly over the ankle. Lifting the arms. Reverse, left palm up. Back to center. And bringing our hands to our hips, straightening left leg. We're going to do a gentle triangle, tilting left elbow and left shoulder towards left foot. Continuing to breathe. Draw the belly in and lift, pivoting left toes to the long edge. And a half forward fold, straddle stretch. We're going to tuck our fingertips into the hip creases. Half forward fold. You can use your yoga block here too. If you want to bring it out a little bit more, about 12 inches in front and in the center, gives you a nice counterbalance. A little bit more possibility, maybe a little more openness even. So you lengthen through the back of the legs, lift the sits bones. You can even move a little side to side and breathe. Each exhale is that opportunity to draw the belly in, engaging the abdominals in that process, working against gravity. It might seem counterintuitive. It's work. Maybe by nature, work is sometimes counterintuitive. We'd rather be resting and relaxing, but today we're here to work. Taking up space. Reclaiming. Working within the abilities we have for today. Good. And just start to round your back. Draw your belly in as you're lifting. We're going to move to twisted lunge, pivoting our feet forward, both feet towards the front. Going to roll up onto the right heel. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, twisting left. Back to center. And we'll step to the front. Inhale, sweep tall. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on our next breath. And then walk back down dog. Flow through half series, and this can be kneeling or full body. Or can rest in child's pose. Or create your own, maybe a quarter series flow too is another great option here. We're going to keep going from our child's pose, all fours, cat and cow. Keep the spine warm, resilient, moving both directions. Energy flow, blood flow, and just that energetic sense of well-being is also so good. Then from our all fours, hover. Draw the belly in as you're lifting. Exhale. Can walk to the front, forward fold. You're going to step left foot back, warrior two. We're going to practice coming up from down low. So maybe walk your hands to right knee, lifting your head, pivoting the left toes out, right foot forward. Let right knee over right ankle. And then we're lifting our arms shoulder height, taking our gaze over right, hand strong, warrior, rooting down through both feet. Squeeze, activate these legs. Squeeze the glutes, draw your belly in. Create as much strength as possible in this, stationary pose. But that's the beauty of yoga being non-impact. So yes, we can still hang here and just kind of hang out, or you can squeeze, draw in, create as much work as possible, even in a standing posture. Feel each toe. Arches lifting, create that suction cup foundation in your feet. Reverse. And then we're straightening right leg. A gentle triangle option with hands to our hips, right elbow, right shoulder, tilting towards the right foot. Heart space open, chin neutral. Drawing in as we pivot, both feet long edge, standing straddle. You can even think of a five-pointed star. In our half forward fold, we're bringing fingertips into the hip creases. Pausing here, lengthening. Use your yoga block here for more support, more stability, to create more openness in the back body. Working the breath. Draw the abdominals in. Each exhale. I'm going to turn sideways. See if we can catch this on camera. Okay. Inhale, exhale, draw in. Nothing else is moving. My back stays in the same posture. And from our standing straddle, we'll walk into the thighs, rolling up, lifting. And we're going to be moving into a twisted lunge. So our feet are both pointed towards the front, hips and shoulders squared forward. Our left foot is back and heel lifting. And then prayer hands and twisting to our right. Coming back to center. We'll step to the front. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale to heart. We'll float the right foot back. We're going to come into a balancing half moon, which is a 2-point balance. We'll break it down. Can use the yoga block or can use a wall. If you're near a wall is a really great opportunity to figure out where you are in balancing half moon. So the first time through, I'm going to use the wall and a block to demonstrate. So I'm going to come up to the wall just about 3 inches away from the wall with my front foot. Can even flow through that triangle pose. Bring your shoulders and your back against the wall. So it depends on, too, if you're in a class, how many people are in the class if you have wall space. And then we're going to use a yoga block, turning it on its tall side. Going to walk the left hand in front of left foot. I'm about 10 inches from the foot, 10 to 12 inches. Just find where that's a good space between shoulder and hip. And then lift right leg to hip height and hold. We can have our right hand on our hip, pressing the shoulder towards the wall and the elbow, or add a shoulder opener. There's a balancing half moon. Nice and open, strong and balanced. Do some breath work here. And then coming out, we'll bring our hands to our hip, lightly stepping to the front, and forward fold. And hug our elbows, rock a little side to side. And then left foot stepping back. Our right side is going to be our foundation. So you can come at it from triangle pose, or even an extended angle, bending the knee. Right hand can come to our block, or to the floor, or to the medium level of the block is another option. And can add a shoulder. So release lightly, come back to the mat, forward fold. Then we'll step our right foot back. We'll lower down to the right knee. Inhale, lift the arms, and kneeling lunge. So our knee is behind right hip. Open up this hip flexor. You can stack a towel or a blanket under the right knee, and then breathe. Let's bring our hands to our hips, focusing in on the breath more than the arms and the balance. Each exhale, opportunity. Squeezing, drawing in. Bring hands into heart. Can be a gentle twist left, or maybe even crossing right hand to outside of the knee. Can have left hand at your waist. Or sink a little deeper with the elbow outside the knee. And prayer hands to heart. We'll walk our hands back to the front, framing left foot, slide it forward, and kneeling pyramid, and raise and lower. See if we can do it with just the leg and not swinging forward and back in the hips or the shoulders. Let's keep the back stationary. We'll bring our hands inside, the left knee back, and camel pose, fists in the low back. Taking our gaze up. Keep squeezing, press down, activate through the legs, the glutes, knees, tops of the feet. And then release. Counter pose with cat and cow. And then from neutral, we're bringing our right foot to the front. Kneeling lunge. So stacking knee to ankle, and then left hip in front of left knee. Inhale, reach the arms tall. Root down, or focus on breath, hands to hips. Balance option with arms tall, breath work, hands to hips. Good, and gentle twist. We'll take our gaze to our right side, left hand to the outside of the knee, or maybe left elbow, or prayer hands in and alongside body. Coming back to center and kneeling pyramid, straighten the right leg, raise and lower, pointing, flexing. And we're coming back into camel pose. One more back bend. You can choose here your arm position, maybe fists in the low back, prayer hands for a deeper stretch inside the wrists, or maybe just reach around to opposite elbows. But really keep that strong foundation from our waist down. Glutes, draw the belly in, legs strong, press down through knees, top of the feet. Breathing. Back to center and cat-cow. From all fours, we'll swing our feet around, coming down to the mat, to seated, and just some cooling down stretches. We're going to move into a figure four on our back. So as we roll onto the back, bring your knees in, give yourself a hug. We're starting there. Great place to start. Maybe just alternate, moving one knee towards the chest and the other. Cross the right ankle to left knee. Maybe holding here is where you want to explore figure four, opening the right knee towards the right front corner of your mat. Or maybe bring it in for a hug, threading right arm through the middle, reach around behind the left thigh, interlace fingers and bring them in. You can also use a hand towel here or a strap behind your left leg to create longer arms and to bring that, if you're using a strap or a towel, the beauty of it is it lets you relax your shoulders and the back of your head to the mat. It takes that stress or that extra tension away. So if that's an area where you're feeling like you're really straining, give yourself permission to use a strap or a hand towel and let it become really a freedom place of letting your breath open up spaces into the hips, the deep six. Specifically, this is really good for piriformis. And then let your back melt into the mat. So if you're feeling a lot of tension in your back here, or in your hips, or in your shoulders, please try this with a strap and surprise yourself. And if you're at home doing this by yourself, nobody's watching, you can do whatever you want. Okay? And then bring your both knees over to the left side. Add a figure four spinal twist. Open out. Right arm, connect to the floor through the wrist, shoulder, elbow, and then taking our gaze to the right. And come back to center. Let's just hug right knee and straighten left leg. Rest the left leg on the floor. And then we'll switch sides. We're going to bring left ankle to the right knee. Figure four, first position. Let the left knee open out. Maybe hover here. You can just stay here the entire time. Let your low back be soft to the mat. Or can move a little deeper with our hug, with a hand towel or strap. Reaching behind, and we're bringing knees in. All the while being soft in the low back, keeping back of head and shoulders to the mat. Our neck even has softness. So while there might be tension in other parts of the body, we're also bringing softness, inviting softness in other places. We're inviting and bringing softness, calmness through our breath. Long inhales and long exhales. And then when you're ready, spinal twist, figure four, knees to the right. Open out left arm and taking our gaze that direction as we anchor down through the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. And coming back to center, left knee gets a hug, right leg extending, resting on the mat. And just start to come to a final resting pose, resting on your back, Can take up more space even in a resting pose, maybe opening out arms and feet wide in a 5-pointed star on our back. Just let the arms open out wide, right foot towards the right corner of your mat, left foot towards the left corner of your mat. And just enjoy that spaciousness, or maybe a butterfly with the hips open. One butterfly, half butterfly, or a full butterfly. Just whatever feels good to you. And we'll just take a few minutes here in a final resting pose. Letting our bodies enjoy the work that we've just done, the spaces that we're reclaiming, or the spaces that we're just moving around and taking up more space and giving ourselves that permission. So let this be a time of reflection, of gratitude, of being thankful for all that we have, and thankful for time and places to keep our bodies healthy and strong, keep our minds healthy and strong. So while we're resting here, continue to just scan your body, or just softly scan your body for any tension, any tightness. Start with your feet and create tension. Hold for a few counts and then soften. Let it go. See where that travels in your body. Maybe even do it a second time. As we deepen our awareness of activating muscles, holding that for a few counts, and we feel where it travels, we'll start to recognize that more, where we might be doing that throughout the day. And sometimes that's tension muscularly. It might even be connected to emotional or mental tension that we can give ourselves permission to let go of. And come to your back, low back. Engage the glutes, squeeze. See where that travels. Where do you feel that? Awareness, identification, acknowledge. That's where we can start. That's a starting place. And then soften. Feel the difference when you let go. Softening the glutes, relaxing to the mat. Letting go physically, muscularly. There's a kinesthetic connection in our brain that also can send those messages to let go emotionally and mentally, areas that we want to let go of or need to let go of. As we come to our hands, making tight fists, that sense of holding on again, and where that travels in the arms, maybe shoulders, neck, up into your jaw, and release. Softening, opening out the hands one finger at a time, relaxing. And then our faces. Clench your jaw, your teeth. We're going to create as much tension as possible in the face. Squint your eyes, draw in the eyebrows, and feel where that even travels. Into the sides of the head, down into our neck, shoulders. When we clench our teeth, it's typically associated with other emotions. So just do it now, physically. Feel it where it travels. And then intentionally soften and let it go. The jaw, the teeth, your tongue, cheekbones, eyes, eyebrows. Let's take a few minutes enjoying this calmness you've helped create in your own body, the warmth from working hard, just stretching new spaces, new places, the breath, bringing more focus, more calmness, greater flexibility. It's a gift for your day. Enjoy the presence and be fully present. Just take another minute here. Start to awaken, wiggle fingers and toes. Stretch your arms over your head. Stretch your legs long. And when you feel ready, you can roll to one side and use that top arm, press down to rise up. Arm strength. Take your time. Coming back to seated posture. And sitting tall. Circle our head one direction and then the other. Coming back to center. We'll inhale, reach the arms tall. And exhale, prayer hands to heart. And thank you. Have a blessed day.